Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to show you all how you can solve an efficient 3x3 cross just like this. So the cross is the first step on 3x3 and it's one of the easiest, but it's really important that you do the cross really quick so then it will set you up for your first pair. So what you want to do is you want to find the quickest way to solve the cross, and you can solve the 3x3 cross in 8 moves or less. So the way that it works is you do 8 moves. For example, for this one, I can do 8 moves. And then I align the cross, and then that's the whole cross. So it's a very easy and simple solution, but here are some of my tips to you so you can solve it faster. So my first tip is don't care about the center. So you don't want to care about aligning each individual center like this. What you want to do is you just solve the cross relevant to each other. So for example, it would go in the pattern blue, orange, green, red. And as you can see on the centers, it goes like that. So it goes blue, orange, green, red. So you just want to solve the cross pieces relevant to each other so that you don't worry about the centers. So for example, it would go like this. And as you can see, you don't need to care about the centers. You put those two pieces in, then you put the blue piece in, then you put the green piece in. And then after you have the whole cross solved, then you can align it. So you don't really need to care about the centers being aligned with the edges. You just need to align it in the end. Another important tip is you need to learn to practice and experiment with the cross. There's many ways to solve each individual cross, and it's really important that you experiment to see how you can solve each different pair, just like this, and then how you can insert each piece into the cross. So it's really important that when you're learning your tips, you experiment and watch example solves so then it can make you solve the cross easier and learn more tips. Another thing to note is that there are some hard cross pieces, and those are the pieces that don't really fit well and they can't be solved in just one move. So for example, this green piece would be easy because that's one move, and this blue piece would be easy because that's one move. But these orange and red pieces aren't easy, so what you want to do is use the green piece to influence the red piece since those are next to each other. It's a lot harder to use the green piece, for example, if this was blue, to influence the blue piece. So you want to make sure you use the green piece to influence the red or the orange. So for example, what you would do here is you would go like this. You move the green up, put the red down, do an F2 to put the green in. Then what you would do is, since you have these already paired to each other, instead of going like that, where that wouldn't match the orientation, what you want to do is, if it's like this, you want to move it where the orange and the blue are ready to be set up, and then you can do a D to put the orange and green adjacent to each other. And then you can put each piece in just like that. Now for this video, I am solving the cross on the bottom, and that's the best way to solve the cross. You don't want to be solving the cross on the top because then you'd have to rotate once you're done with it. You want to make sure that you solve the cross on the bottom, so then it's easier to do your look ahead for your first pair. So you don't want to be solving the cross on the top because that makes it harder to look ahead to your pairs, and it's a bigger rotation, so it takes more time. You want to make sure that you solve the cross on the bottom. So when you're inspecting, you want to plan out your whole cross so then you can move quicker to the next step. So as you can see, I have my cross here, and you want to imagine where each piece will go. Not the centers, don't look at the centers, just imagine where the pieces will go. So as you can see, I have my green right here, then I have my red, my orange, and my blue pieces. And what you want to do is, I'm imagining the green in the back, the blue right here, the orange right here, and the red right here. So you want to imagine where each piece will go. Then you do your moves to set up each other piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the green right here. Then I'm going to put it just like that so it can be ready to insert the orange. Then I'm going to do a U move just like that so it pairs the red and the blue up. And it's really important that you use one piece to influence another piece. So since this is a hard cross piece to solve because you solve it in 2 moves, you want to influence it with the blue. So since the blue is already going down, you want to put that in there. So if you're just doing your blue just like that, then you insert your red. That doesn't quite work and it's not as fast. So you want to use the blue to insert the red just like that. Then I can do the same for the green. I can insert the orange just like that. So you want to influence some pieces with other pieces so you can get it done faster. Another tip that's really important is to use your D moves, or you can, I guess, use wide R moves, but it's also important to use your D move. So for example, for this case, what you would do is, I see that the green is right there, and since I'm imagining the blue here, the red, and the orange, I put the blue in. Then what I do is I do a U, put the orange in, then I do a D, and that aligns the cross while I put the red in, and now I can look ahead to my first pair. So it's really important to use your D moves and to use those efficiently so you can insert each of your cross pieces easily. So now let's do some example solves. So it's really important that you watch example solves of how other people would solve the cross so that you can do it quicker. So for an example solve, I'm imagining the orange here, the blue, the red, and the green right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the orange right here, then it will set up for what I'm imagining in the future. So I'm putting the red right here, and the orange I can just do in a one move insert easily. So then I can put the red right there, then I can put the green in, then I can put the red in again, and then I have the orange in. And now as you can see, the blue is set up for an easy insert with the B2, and then I can just align it. So let's do some more example solves for the cross. Now here's another example solve, and with practice, you can solve your cross really quick. So I'd recommend practicing your cross so you can solve it really fast. But here's another example solve, and now I have two pieces on the bottom. Now, here's another trick that would come in if you have two pieces on the bottom, but they aren't oriented correctly. So as you can see, the red and orange are supposed to be opposite, but they're not opposite. What you can do is I'm first going to do a U2, so I can set up the blue so it won't be a hard case. Then I can do a D, put the green in, then I can do a D prime, then I can put the blue in just like that, and then I can put the orange in. So it's really important that you use the tricks from example solves so that you can solve your cross more easier and more efficient. So here's the last example solve, and I'll be telling you guys what I'm imagining and where I'm imagining each of the pieces to go, so then it will help you. So for the solve, I'm imagining the red to go here, because then I can solve the green and then the orange. So that's what I'm imagining for the quickest solution. So I put the red right there, then I do a D2, then I put the green in, then I do a D prime, then I put the orange in. That's what I would imagine as the quickest solution, and then you can look ahead to your first pair just like that. So that's how I'd want to solve that cross, just like that. And then it can make it easier if you watch more example solves so people can help you and you can learn more tricks from example cross solves. So it's very simple to solve the cross. All you need to do is remember the tips that I taught you before. Those are some very important tips to do when solving the cross, and those are my highest recommended tips to make an efficient, quick cross. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video helped you learn how to solve your cross much faster, and it gave you some tips to making an efficient 3x3 cross. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, because then you won't miss out on any tips on videos that I have like this. And also make sure to check out other videos if you want more tips on 3x3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.